Okay, hi, my name is Paul Shanks, and I'm looking for some good financial software, and I'm hoping the YouTube community and millions of people out there who've used who've used many of the financial software packages that are out there can help me find something that has what I'm looking for. I mean, surely it exists somewhere, and if it doesn't, then maybe we need to figure out how to get a company to do this. Basically, I found there are a few features that that don't exist on any financial software that I have seen. I haven't seen that many. I've seen Quicken, I've seen QuickBooks, I've seen New Cash, GNU Cash. I've seen Mint.com. Basically, every single thing I've looked at, and I've looked at a few others, but those are the main ones. Every single thing I've looked at seems to have something missing from it. It has to be basic bookkeeping software, which Mint.com is not. You cannot enter assets like you can enter assets, but you can't transfer stuff to and from it. You can only enter an amount. So if I owe my brother some money, if I buy something from my brother, I can't take it out of his account or add it to his account. I just have to do the math manually and then go and say, okay, no, his account is now worth $150 instead of $100. I can't. It has no register. So Mint.com is not bookkeeping software. It is an account aggregate software. I'm looking for bookkeeping software. You can't do cash on Mint.com unless I'm missing something. Someone can show me how to do that. You can't really enter transactions. It only downloads them, it seems like. I guess maybe you can enter them, but it's just there's no reconciliation process. Anyway. Quicken, of course, is only on a local computer. It is not online. It is not multi-user. So I can't set it up on my computer and my wife's computer and have us both enter stuff and on the same account. QuickBooks Online does do this. QuickBooks Online does not do investments. In other words, it does not do accounts within accounts. An investment account, like a mutual fund, is made up of several other smaller accounts that it adds together. They are nested accounts. Generally, mutual funds have they're not done in dollars, they're done in shares, and so there's this share to dollar conversion that has to go on. You buy a certain number of shares for a certain amount of dollars, and it calculates, okay, here's how much the shares are worth, here's how many shares you've added and how much the shares are worth at this time, and then therefore it can calculate how many dollars it's worth. QuickBooks Online does not do this. Of course, QuickBooks, the software, they don't support posting the database online, so you can't, while it's software, it's good software. Of course, it doesn't do investments either, I don't think. I could be wrong about that. But you can't put it online. They don't support putting the database online. They say it causes data corruption. It is multi-user. Of course, it's got a lot of stuff that I don't really need for personal, like it's got invoices and employees and purchase orders and just all the stuff that I wouldn't really need, because that doesn't matter as long as it has what I need, which it doesn't. Let's see what else. Of course, New Cash, GNU Cash, I think it's pronounced New Cash, is actually really cool software. It's free, but the downside to that is that I'm not sure it's really supported. If you have trouble with it, you can't really. They may sell support, but and I don't know how up to date it is with being able to download transactions from banks. That's something maybe someone else out there knows. But essentially, I'm looking for. It seems like surely there is something online, something that you can access from multiple computers, like Mint.com, but where you can actually enter, okay, here's how much cash I have. You can't download that. That has to be entered manually, but have a register of transactions. where I can enter, how much I owe my brother, or how much he owes me, and where I can enter deposits. I have a deposit with my apartment. I have a deposit with TXU. I have or how much my car is worth or my house is worth. Now that may be done on Mint, but it doesn't just allow me to. It's very specific. I have to, I have a utility for house and car, and or at least for the loans, house loan, car loan. Doesn't allow me just to set up generic assets and liabilities and be able to transfer money to and from there, or to enter transactions. So just simply online bookkeeping software. I mean, I don't know how difficult that is. Man, we haven't had online that long, but and the other thing is, it would be nice to have a way to do this on the iPhone. Now, QuickBooks Online does have an iPhone. You can do it from the Safari on the iPhone, and it's got a mobile version that does. But that particular version, you cannot enter an expense. If I go to McDonald's for lunch and I want to enter that I spent $5.75 at McDonald's, I can't do that with QuickBooks Online. It does not support entering expenses, and that's really the only thing I would use it for personal. I don't understand how financial software has been around for decades, how it is very prevalent, how there are hundreds, or maybe not hundreds, but lots of different versions of financial software that have been out for long periods of time, and yet we just don't have. There's nothing out there, no online bookkeeping software, or multi-user software for the home. I mean, I know that's kind of a, that's not common, but we have families, and if I'm trying to enter stuff and my wife is trying to enter stuff, and it'd be nice to be able her to enter it from her laptop or from her work computer, or just as expenses happen. It seems like that would make it a lot easier, but I don't know of a way to do that. The only way to do it really is on the local computer, and she would have to use my computer. I would have to use my computer at separate times. We'd have to wait till we got home to enter stuff. So sometimes things get forgotten, or especially if you don't have a receipt, because not everything gives you a receipt. And not everything is done on it. Especially if you pay cash for something, it's not going to be reconciled. It's like you don't get a statement about the cash you spent. So it's nice to be able to enter a cash expense when it happens, especially if you don't get a receipt. And I'm, trying to find something where we can both enter stuff, and something that will do investments. Quicken does investments, and that's really the only option I see right now. It just seems like, it's not online, doesn't work on the phone, isn't multi-user, multi-location. And another thing is, you can't export your Quicken data. Now, again, someone may be able to correct me on this, but according to Quicken, it cannot export like investment accounts in the Quicken format. I forget the 3-letter extension, but it's like you can only export very basic accounts. Like you can export checking, I think, and maybe even basic asset accounts, but not investments, not credit cards, there's all these different stipulations on what it can't export, which means once I enter this stuff into Quicken, it's like it's locked up and I can't get it out. I mean, I can print it, but that means I have to re-enter it into new software if I wanted to do that. And I like to have my history, historically be able to draw graphs over a number of years. I don't want to have to start over and have to re-enter 10 years worth of financial data. Anyway, so hopefully someone out there can help me. Comment or respond or something. All right, thanks. Bye.